What's up, everybody? Welcome to Diamond Owl Studios, the #1 place in the galaxy for music reactions. I'm your host, Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Don Juan. We are back with another reaction just for you.
That's right, baby. We are back. And tell them what's going on, Don.
So today we are reacting. First time reaction. We've never done Sting. We've never done The Police.
Who?
So The Police.
Run! Just kidding.
Run! There was a time in my life where that would have been the legit reaction that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy
used
to
to be a
think
little
how
fuckhead.
different life was like 2 weeks ago. You know? Hey.
Seriously, though. But hey,
Yeah.
today we're doing The Police, Every Breath You Take.
Exactly.
Every Breath You Take. I'm not actually like too familiar with the song. I've heard it. Everybody's kind of heard the chorus. I know it's like this. It's like a romantic song. I always found it like a little creepy. Just like,
Okay.
But I've never actually sat and listened to this song. So I'm hoping to get a good perspective on it. And let's
Dive right in.
Every breath you take, and every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, and every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see? You belong to me. I'm a poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you.
Yeah, I think that the line that always stood out to me, the word that always stuck out to me was literally just watching. Because if they would have replaced that with loving, could be like such a soft, tender, beautiful song, like every smile you fake, every, vow you break, like
That's the line that stands out to me.
I'll be loving
every
you.
smile you fake.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But I feel like that's like a way of knowing somebody for real. You know what I mean? Like, once you like really get to know a person and you're like, you could just tell like what's going on, like even when they're all trying to act all happy. But like that one word, I remember just hearing this song in passing. I've never listened to the full song, but just like, I'll be watching you.
So I have a certain like connection to this album in particular. Like my dad had these albums that I just remember him playing when I was growing up. So my dad was more of like a music listener. My mom never really I don't ever remember my mom listening to music in our household, like ever. It just like wasn't like a thing for her, but also she was like working all the time and like going to school. So really,
And it wasn't as accessible to listen to music back then, I'm sure.
it wasn't, but I almost feel like my mom was just like gone, which she kind of was.
Yeah.
Because she was going through nursing school and basically she'd like work nights, then going to nursing school. Long story short, that I was a latchkey kid. But the point I'm trying to make is like there's a distinct period where before my parents got divorced that my dad just had these albums. This was one of them. So this is one of the albums that he played that I just remember being a kid and like hearing these songs and growing up with them and having that like connection to this music at like a young age. So I always just heard this song and interpreted it. My parents got divorced when I was 6 or 7. So it would have been like, very limited, time frame. And when you know what the song's really about, it's like, oh shit. But at the time I was just like, oh, it's just a love song. Like I always took it as like, kind of like, I'll be watching you, like, like you would watch your daughter, like watching over her, making sure that they're safe. But it definitely has a creepy vibe. And even the way he's just like looking, like, staring.
Yeah, and
I'll
that's
be
what I
watching
wanted to
you.
interpret it as was something like protective or whatever.
Mhm.
And I don't. Yeah, I'm excited to hear what you have to say
Thanks.
because I've always been like weirded out about this song, man. I was like, is this a love song or is this kind of just fucking weird, dude? Like,
Well, let's jump back in.
Stick, I'll be watching you. Since you gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see your face. I look around, but it's you I can't replace. I feel so cold and I long for your embrace. I keep crying, baby, baby, please. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? How my poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, and every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you speak. I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, I'll be watching you. Every single thing, every word you say, every game you play, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, I'll be watching you. Every single thing, every word you say, every game you play, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching
I mean, the song is fire. And before you tell me about what it's about, I want to just comment on the band and the music itself. First off, I never knew the Police was a 3-piece. That's super cool.
Mhm.
I love 3-piece bands. I think that it takes so much talent to make that much music. And the choice of the cello instead of a traditional bass, because they're like a rock band. So I'm assuming in most of their songs it's like a bass, and I'm making an assumption here. But the choice of the cello just made that like have this eerie vibe to it that I don't know. I just
Yeah.
loved it.
No, I was thinking the same thing because even it just being featured so prominently, we've done a ton of reactions. We reacted to like Two Cellos Thunderstruck, which is, I think the only time that we've really, I mean, maybe I'm missing something where
There
we,
was a cello in the Roy Orbison video the other day, but
yeah, but it's not something
Wasn't
that's
prominent,
prominently featured. It's certainly not like, the lead singer like playing. So that musical choice is so interesting to your point. And just as a band, like, I don't know how much of the Police that you know. There's like Roxanne.
I know the
obviously is-
bangers like Message in a Bottle.
Mhm.
I actually remixed that song with my old band.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know they're bangers, but I don't know their catalog by any means.
Yeah, but they're just so interesting. Just like musically, the choices that they make, I think they're just so distinct, like with their different influences that they bring in. And it's apparent on that song because that
Yeah.
riff is just so iconic, so distinct. And ultimately, like, I didn't know this forever, but the song is really like about stalking. At least that's what I've been told. Or
So it's like
I've read.
legitimately about
Yeah,
that?
like somebody that's like stalking, that's like obsessed with, a girl that, broke up with them or they broke up. And so he's like, being a creeper. Exactly.
That makes so much sense. And I feel like, but the way the song is written, it's not like clear. It's not
Mhm.
clear as day. Like I always felt weird about the song because there was a lot of memes too back in the day where it was like some weirdo be like, I'll be watching you, you know?
Yeah.
And so whenever I heard that, I'm like, this is kind of creepy. but that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. But it's an interesting song. I mean, it's one of those songs where it takes like a subject matter that could be very dark and puts it in a way that it's like palatable. That's literally like a hit, like a classic hit. I love music like that takes these like, offhand topics that aren't just like cut and dry, maybe some darkness, maybe something interesting or different, and just puts this spin on it. And that's just a brilliant, songwriting that's in this, the way that it's, put together. And it makes total sense. Like there's just certain lines, like every vow you break, which to me is like a spiteful person saying like, hey, you promised that we were going to be together forever. And,
Don't you see you belong to me?
Yeah.
And
that
it's like,
line.
think about like the artistry behind it, like in reality, like the choice behind it, like to write, like you said, to write about that subject matter that's darker and a little bit less like, talked about.
Yeah.
And then to be able to like they probably released this song and just the artistry of like, women around the world or guys around the world, anybody, hearing the song for the first time, be like, oh, this is such a beautiful love song, dedicating this to the person you love, and then being like, ha, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's actually about a psycho killer stalker,
But also it's like subject matter that needs to be like tackled, because it is something that unfortunately it's like you see it happen. It's like you either know somebody who takes it too far in your friend circle, or you have a friend, female, that's like, oh, this guy is being weird and like won't, leave me alone. And those subjects can be like taboo things that people don't really like address or, put to the forefront. And they took, a risk and took it on like, full force, which makes me wonder, like, what was the inspiration? Like, what made him
That's what I
want-
was wondering. Is this because I was thinking you were going to say it was like based off a true story or something.
I don't know. I don't know what the inspiration was. That's just what I had heard or
Let
read
me look it up.
somewhere.
And,
You don't want to let the viewers tell us?
dude, I'm already almost done with the sentence.
You just type so slow sometimes that I just wanted to make sure we weren't here for the next 2 hours. What you asked chat.
Okay, let's see what it says. Okay. Despite often being mistaken for a romantic love song, its real inspiration is much darker. The real meaning, Sting wrote the song during a very difficult period in his personal life, specifically the breakdown of his first marriage to Frances Tomelty. Sorry. His controversial new relationship with Trudy Styler, who had been a close friend of his wife. Feelings of jealousy, obsession, guilt, and emotional control. He had said that the song came from a mindset of possessiveness and surveillance, not love.
That is even crazier. Not crazy like in a bad way, but I mean, like, that is wild to be able to have that much self-reflection, to be able to like recognize that that's what you were feeling, and then have the bravery to put it in a song and put it out there. I mean, that's a very healthy way to deal with those emotions, but to be that raw, like I didn't realize that he was actually writing this song from a personal point of view of having those feelings, and it actually gives me a whole new respect and appreciation for him to be able to be that vulnerable and that honest and be able to look at his dark side. It's one thing to be like, man, I was in a really bad place. Like tell your friends or reflect on it years later and be like, yeah, man, like
It takes some guts, man.
yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
Some real guts to put it all out there. And then it to be one of your biggest songs like ever.
Have
That's wild.
you ever had a stalker?
I actually did. Like I had a girl that I worked with that, I worked with her and I was just like friendly with her. And then like she got fired, and then she started like sneaking into our work to like find me. Like I actually had to have security like escort her out because she kept like doing it. And people were like, hey, such and such is like looking for you. And I'm like, what?
I was gonna say what job, but let's not dox anything.
No, it was like the place is no longer. It's where I met Rob. Like it was the place is called Future Call. It was like a telemarketing place. We sold like high interest rate credit cards. Yeah, I was really good at it, by the way.
That's so funny. Yeah, I've had a couple weird stalkers and stuff in the past, but
And I'll admit, like my first girl that like I dated, I mean, like, we had a kid together, very intense relationship. And I definitely had some like obsessive, like, things around that relationship that it took me a while to just like let go. And it was just
Yeah.
toxic, like, get together, break up, the makeup, break up, and go through this cycle of like just toxicity over and over again. And definitely had a period there. It was like not good,
You belong to me.
Yeah, exactly. It was not.
You belong. Like,
not
think
good.
about that line, how possessive and crazy that is.
Mhm.
Like, don't you see? Like, you belong to me.
Yeah.
Like, not like
Yeah.
we belong together. Like,
Yeah.
you belong to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a crazy line.
It
But
is. Yeah.
thank you
And-
guys for watching. Oh, sorry. You got something else to say?
No, like I said, just amazing, amount of like self-reflection, vulnerability, being able to put that in a song. I had no idea that it was actually taken from his personal life.
Crazy. Thank you guys for watching, though. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to join us on this journey of discovering new music, old music, everything in between, hit that subscribe button. Don't wait till later. Subscribe right now.
That's right. And we will see you on the next one.
Peace.